Hi everyone, today we're doing lesson 9-2, multiplying and dividing with multiples of 10. Let's start right off with some extended multiplication facts. You can just do these right along with me. We know that 2 times 4 equals 8, so we can use that to help us solve 2 times 40, which would be 80. 3 times 3, 9. So 3 times 30, 90. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 20, 140. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 40, 240. All right, we're going to use this warm-up time to help us with the next problems. So these are extended facts as well. 2 times 30. We just did this one. I hope you remember. 2 times 3 is 6. So that we know that 2 times 30 should be 60. 9 times 5, 45. So 9 times 50, 450. This next one is a division problem. So I want you to think backwards. So we're going to cross this 0 off. Do you know 9 divided by 3? You sure do. It's 3. So what would, 90, we'll fix that. 90 divided by 3 should be 30. All right, great job. You're going to need your math journal next. You're going to open up to page 277 and 278. And we're going to be talking about the masses of some birds. I have the pages right in front of me as well. All right, so we're on page 277 and 278. Find a bird that could have a mass of 10 kilograms. So we're going to find one bird that has a mass of 10 kilograms. And then the next one says, and a bird that could have a mass of 10 grams. So 10 grams. Now I need you guys to think back about kilograms. Kilograms, remember that really super heavy weight that we would sit at the back table and we really loved to use when we were doing the mass measurement stations? That's the kilogram. It's like when you carry the water bottle, that big water bottle, that's 1 kilogram. So we're talking a bird that weighs 10 kilograms or 10 big water bottles. When we're talking about grams, remember the gram is an equivalent measurement to like the large paper clip. So that would be a bird that weighs the same amount as 10 large paper clips. So go ahead and look through here. The interesting thing about these is that they have a weight range. For example, like not all third graders weigh the same amount of pounds. You might weigh like someone might weigh a less amount, you might weigh more, and so that's why there's kind of a range there. So go ahead and find some ideas and then we'll chat. Go ahead and push pause while you are finding your birds. All right, let's start with a 10 kilogram bird. The 10 kilogram bird that I found is the California condor, and so they put the bird kind of in its location-ish. So right here, that one would be my 10 kilogram bird, and then my bird that would be 10 grams would be on page 277, the black-capped chickadee. And I want you to remember that in 1 kilogram there are 1,000 grams. So every time you have 1 kilogram, that's like 1,000 paper clips. So when we're talking about a 10 kilogram bird, that is a very heavy bird. All right. I would like for you to identify the bird that could have the greatest mass and that could have the least mass on these entire pages. So which one has the greatest mass and which one has the least mass? Go ahead and push pause while you find it. All right, the greatest mass is still going to be this California condor. That is a big bird. But the bird with the least amount of mass is going to be this hummingbird. Hummingbirds do not weigh very much at all. 2 grams to 6 grams. So that's 2 paper clips or 6 paper clips, somewhere in there. Very small. All right. I would like you next to find page. It is page 279. It's the next page in your math journal. And we are going to have to do lots of underlining in here or highlighting. It's kind of up to you, but that is going to be like our ticket to being super duper helpful. So make sure that you are doing what I am doing, okay? All right, we want to know the total mass of 70 bald eagles that each have a mass of about 4 kilograms. So let's first think about what's the mass of one of these bald eagles. And we would say the mass of one bald eagle is going to be 4 kilograms. But we don't want to know mass of 1. We want to know the mass of 70. So we're going to multiply that by 70. So on your line, you would probably put something like 4 times 70. Now, do you see a hidden math fact in here that you know? Yes, you do. You know 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So that means that 4 times 70 would be 280. So our answer, 280. All right, I want you to go ahead and do the underlining in the next one. Push pause while you do that. Try to figure out the number model, and then push play when you're ready to check back in with me. All right, this one's a little bit tricky because this one is asking us for what bird could have the same mass as 3 30-gram ladder-backed woodpeckers. So we have to first solve to figure out how much do 3 30-gram ladder-backed woodpeckers weigh. So we are talking about how many of them? We're talking about 3. And how much do they each weigh? We know 30 grams. So we should see a hidden math fact in here. 3 times 3, which is 9. So 3 times 30, we did this one earlier today, 90. So we are looking for a bird that weighs 90 grams. So now we're going to have to flip back to our bird pages. And when we flip back to our bird pages, you are looking for a bird that has one of the birds that weighs 90 grams. Like one of the birds could weigh 90 grams. The answer is actually more than one of the birds. So I'm going to give you a hint. There are actually 4 of the birds that could weigh 90 grams. Please remember there are ranges. So yours could be, it could not say like 90 right on there, but it might say something like 70 to 105 grams. And that bird would fit in there too. So there are 4 possible answers that go there. All right, for the next one, there are 6 birds that each have the same mass, taking baths in a bird bath. Their combined mass is about 180 grams. Name at least 2 types of birds that they could be. So we know that when we combine their mass, it's 180. And we know that we're working with 6 birds that have all about the same mass. So we're going to take 180 and we're going to divide that between 6 birds. If we do that, you might see a hidden math fact in here. 18 divided by 6. So what can you think of? 6 times what gets us to 18? That would be 3. So if we have 180 divided by 6, your answer would be 30. And we know that we're working with grams. So we would put 30 grams there. And then it says name at least 2 types of birds that they could be. So you are looking for birds that weigh about 30 grams. And your possible answers down there, oh, there's lots of them. You could have 3 different types of birds down there. You have to name 2 types, okay? All right, go ahead and finish those, and then let's move on to the next page. We're going to do some math box pages today. This is page 280, which is just the next page. But today, we are not going to do all of the math boxes. So let me look and see what one of the numbers I wanted you to do again. All right, so today we're going to do number 1, number 3, number 4, and number 6. So you may skip 2 and 5. Unless you'd like to do them, go for it. So for the first one, you are thinking of what are 3 different ways that I can get 12 as my answer. I want you to try to use all different factor pairs in there, so none of them the same. Don't do 12 times 1, 1 times 12. I just gave you 1, but don't do that for 2 of them. Try to think of all different factor pairs. Number 3, which shape shows a picture of a rectangular prism? Remember, a prism has rectangular sides, but if it's a rectangular prism, that means that the base is also. So faces are rectangles and the base. Circle the answer, only 1. Shade 1 rectangle to show 2/3, do the other one to show 4/6, and then go ahead and write in a comparison symbol there. Number 6, these are more of those extended facts. Remember to cover the 0 and you're going to do great. Let's talk lastly about our home link. You can go ahead and push pause while you do this math box page if you'd like, or you may continue on and listen to the home link instructions right away. All right, for the home link, you are going to be organizing some information. So how you're going to get the information is you are going to do some underlining. So I'll go through number 1 with you. 1 American flamingo has a mass of about 2 kilograms. What is the mass of 40 American flamingos that each have a mass of about 2 kilograms? So we are trying to solve number 1. We're trying to solve the number of flamingos of 40. We know that the mass of 1 flamingo in kilograms is 2. What we don't know is the total mass of kilograms right there. So a question mark. And then you're going to put a number model that goes in there. Remember, I want to know what's the total mass of these 40 flamingos. And that's what is being answered right there. So this should go super fine. Number 3 says, explain to someone at home how you used a basic fact to help you solve problem 2. So explain what basic fact you did in there. All right, great job today. Keep up the good work.